He's got the whole world in his hands. Got the whole world.
This person is a predator, and he's one of several. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. The receipts, the recordings, down to the police department, and let them hear this individual, the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined. Because again, scenic route, I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. I recorded it because I didn't trust him. And I had told him over and over. And he still always tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me $100,000 to strip. You'll know right away and it'll break your heart.
He didn't.
So now it's out. Tyler Perry's so-called casting couch? Yeah, it definitely comes with a price. And there's way too much talk out there for it to be ignored. Katt Williams ain't the only one ringing the alarm. More actors, including ones who've worked with Tyler face-to-face, are now sharing their own experiences. Brandon Jay, an actor and voice coach, dropped a video that exploded online. He shared his encounter with Perry after being cast in the show Meet the Browns as a regular high school kid named Jeffrey. But out of nowhere, Perry pulled a switch up. Brandon says Tyler came in last minute and totally flipped the character. Suddenly, Jeffrey was written as a gay teen who had a crush on his bully. Brandon was blindsided. That's not the part he originally auditioned for. And people are saying this ain't some one-time thing, it's what Perry allegedly does when he's got his eye on somebody. According to what's being said out there, this is part of a pattern. Now Derek Dixon is turning up the heat with an actual lawsuit. He played Dale on The Oval, and he's suing Tyler Perry for a jaw-dropping $260 million over alleged misconduct. And Derek came with receipts, dates, locations, and even text messages that supposedly show Perry trying to get him alone and in his bed. This isn't just rumors anymore, it's hitting the courts. It all started back in 2019 when, according to court documents, Tyler spotted Derek in a crowd during an event and picked him out. And that's when the whole thing kicked off. Is getting slammed with a wild $260 million lawsuit, allegedly for trying to mess around with a white dude. And this mess comes right after Katt Williams straight up warned us about these so-called black excellence celebs. The ones the media loves to hype up as flawless, but behind closed doors, whole different story. They're preying on the weak. Now Katt's spilling even more about what he calls Tyler Perry's white boy casting couch. And the details? Man, they're crazy. But everything kinda adds up. Tyler Perry's been a major force in Black Hollywood, turning Medea into a billion-dollar empire, owning a massive studio, and going from broke to billionaire. That rise sounds inspiring. Until you start hearing about what went down behind the scenes. For years, Katt's been throwing hints about some shady gatekeepers in Hollywood. He says certain black men only get ahead if they play specific roles, ones that humiliate them or make them give up their manhood. And guess who's always at the top of that list? Tyler Perry! But don't get it twisted. Katt said he doesn't hate the guy. He even gave Tyler props for his hustle. But then, boom, Katt dropped a serious bomb. He straight up claimed Tyler was a drag queen who takes advantage of younger men for his own pleasure. And no, he wasn't joking around. Katt made it clear he believed it was the real deal. He exposed what he says is the truth about Tyler's world behind the scenes, and how those roles in his movies and shows sometimes come with a shady price. So here's how it all started. Tyler Perry reportedly asked Derek for his number, claiming he might have a role for him. And just like that, things moved fast. Derek got a small part in Ruthless, one of Perry's shows. But what seemed like a golden break quickly took a weird turn. Derek says in January 2020, Perry invited him to his Atlanta home, thinking it was a real chance to build connections and level up in his acting career. Derek agreed. But according to the lawsuit, once he got there, the night spiraled. He drank too much, ended up crashing in the guest room, and that's when things allegedly got real creepy. Derek claims that while he was lying there, Perry came into the room and started touching his thighs. He says he rejected the move immediately, but it didn't stop there. Later, Derek landed a bigger role, Dale on The Oval. But check this. The character was written as a gay, homeless store worker who sleeps with people just to survive. Sounds extreme, right? Derek says this wasn't some random casting. According to him, Perry told him straight up that he was searching for a real-life partner like Dale. Loyal, broke, and completely dependent. That's the type of person he allegedly wanted around him. And it gets even messier. Derek claims Perry kept sending him texts. Flirty, suggestive, even straight-up explicit. He says Tyler would ask about what kind of guys he liked, and even admitted he sleeps with man. And all this from someone who's never publicly spoken on his sexuality? The lawsuit even has screenshots. One message allegedly said, "You are the rose. No straight man would be walking with you unless he wanted to F you, and I would F you." That's the kind of stuff Derek says he was dealing with behind the scenes. Tyler Perry's legal team is calling the whole lawsuit a flat-out scam. They say Derek's just trying to pull a shakedown for money and clout, but Derek? He's standing firm. He says this ain't about cash, it's about how stuck and powerless he felt. He claims that if he pushed back too hard, his career would have been done for. So instead of snapping, he kept it calm, saying stuff like, "I'm not the sexual type," just to dodge the situation without burning bridges. He didn't confront Perry directly, because in his mind, saying no too strong would mean getting blackballed from the whole industry. And this is exactly the kind of thing Katt Williams warned about. Remember when Katt said that once you go against the Hollywood machine, they'll slap the crazy label on you? That's what he said happened to Dave Chappelle, too. Dave told everybody he walked away from $50 million at Comedy Central because he didn't want to be anyone's puppet anymore. But instead of hearing him out, Oprah brought him on her show and tried to get him to say he had some kind of breakdown. Dave just looked at her and said, no. Still, the media spun the story, painting him like he lost it. But what if that $50 million came with the same hidden costs Derek says he was facing? That same vibe is hitting now. Folks are already questioning Derek's timing, asking why he waited until now to speak out. Why now, when Tyler Perry's new movie Straw, starring Taraji P. Henson, is blowing up and getting major attention? The streets are buzzing, and some say it's no coincidence at all. People are calling it everything. A money grab, a hit job, a straight-up PR takedown? But guess what? That's exactly the kind of reaction Katt Williams warned us about. He said the second you speak out against powerful folks in Hollywood, they flip the script on you. Suddenly, you're the problem, even when you're the one being violated. And Tyler Perry? He brushed it all off with a laugh, telling fans to stay calm and not to overthink it. But let's be real. Right now, nobody's here for jokes or weak denials. People want facts. They want receipts. And according to Derek, he's got them. He says he's holding on to the text messages, the exact dates, the names, and a whole story that's starting to make a lot more sense now, especially with others stepping up and speaking out too. Take Christian Keys, for example. He didn't drop any names, but during an old interview, he talked about working for someone in power who tried to pressure and manipulate him behind closed doors. He said this person used their influence to push boundaries that shouldn't have been crossed. Now, Christian didn't say who he was talking about, but fans didn't need much to connect the dots. He was a regular in Tyler Perry's productions, and once folks lined up the timeline, it started looking way too familiar. So now people are side-eyeing everything. They're not just questioning the lawsuit, they're questioning how deep this really goes. Even 50 Cent had to jump in on the drama. He posted a pic of himself with Tyler Perry and captioned it, "Did that dude just say what I think he said? Nah, we ain't jacking this game." It might have been exaggerated, but it was loud and clear where 50 stands. He's always shown love to Tyler, even crediting him for inspiring some of his biggest business moves in the media world. But the public? They're clearly tired of staying quiet. People are digging deep, questioning everything. One user even said, "This has been happening for years. Look up where Medea really came from." Another wasn't buying the idea that this was some setup, saying, "This isn't the world coming for another black man. This is him finally facing consequences for his shady choices." And Katt Williams? He straight up said it before anyone else did. These dudes are gonna get exposed. And now, that exposure is hitting hard. People are sounding off all over the internet. Was this moment coming for a long time? Or is it just another scandal stirring up the headlines? Either way, this ain't the kind of thing that just fades away. And if you're riding with the bold voices that actually speak on it without fear, stick around. The next bombshell is already loading up and it's about to drop.